Right, I'm videoing you, Dave. That's what these glasses are for, you see.
Oh.
So if anyone thinks I look like Joe 90, that's what's happening. It's for the website. It should be on there this week. So, a good win tonight?
Yeah, no, not too bad at all, thank you, yeah.
And for yourself, is the winter an easy time? Is it hard work during the year, or is it all year round for you?
Well, I think this winter's been a little bit easier because we got the team into place earlier on, where, as in the past, we've probably still been putting the team together this time of the year, to be honest with you, and certainly looking to choose a reserve on press day. But I think that's things of the past. We got the team in order, we were pleased with the team, and so that really has been fairly easy. Gemma Crabtree has taken quite a lot of pressure off me, which has worked absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I know Gemma's been doing a lot of work behind the scenes, and anybody who hasn't sort of picked up on that, there's a total sort of new look and a new vamp to Stoke for this season. Yeah,
she's doing an absolute marvellous job, putting plenty of time in, and I think it'll bear fruit. Probably not, we're growing the fruit this year, and it'll be a big crop next year.
In relation to what sort of you've got planned for the season, I know coming up quite soon, we've got the 40th anniversary meeting as your opener. Riders in place for that already?
No.
Do you want me to come out of retirement?
No. You know, Chris, we've got a team before Christmas. You don't want riders before the 6th of April, do you? Goodness gracious. Give me a break.
But it's an important meeting because obviously a lot of history and 40 years, big celebration.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the riders on paper who we'd like to invite. I've run past Nigel the other night and Malcolm Vasey. We're pretty much in agreement that those are the two people, the 9 people we want to invite.
And in relation to the management of the club with team manager and stuff, pretty much similar situation to last year?
Yeah, Malcolm Vasey is the team manager. Nigel will be my right-hand man, hopefully. And Malcolm Vasey sends his apologies. But living down Norwich, the weather's bad there, and he was quite concerned about risking the journey, 4.5-hour journey with the weather, so he does send his apologies.
Your hopes for the year, obviously, it's not been, we've come close over the last few years, but have you got big hopes for the team that's been put together for 2013? It seems a lot more balanced, the league does this year.
Yeah, I think it's terrific, the team we've put together, certainly very balanced. Guys that have proven they can do a job round Stoke and they can do jobs on away tracks.
In relation to season tickets and stuff, how's it going with that kind of stuff for this year?
Yeah, season tickets have been good. They're on par with last year and far better than 2011.
That's good. I'm sure we'll have a chance to catch up with you a bit later on, but anything else you want to say to the guys come along tonight?
Yeah, you know, we've also got Lindsay Gray there in the corner keeping his head down. But I'm sure we all know who Lindsay is, and he's got a very good track shop. There'll be lots of new stuff there. So always go and visit Lindsay at the track shop. He's doing us a great job. I've just roped him into something else which we can't say at the moment. I think is it a nod from his daughter? Yeah, it's a go. Thank you.
Overall, though, I guess really excited. Do you feeling more excited for this year than you have for a few seasons or similar place? It seems that everything's clicking into place this year.
Yeah, I think I've been into print several times saying I had quite a good feeling about 2011. I know it was a shock to drop down the league, but I did feel a good factor about 2011, and I think we proved that. It was a good season. Last season, Nigel will go mad at me, but it just didn't happen for us for one reason or another. Okay, we finished 4th in the league, but at times, through no fault of putting the team together, we did stand there on a Saturday night, and other than Ash Burks, after Richie Waller had disappeared, we wondered who was going to win a race for Stoke Speedway.
I know a lot of people obviously think about the Premier League days and stuff, and I know it's something in the past that you've said, never say never. It always comes up with these kind of sort of situations. Is that still something that's in your plans for some stage of the future? I know you're taking things year by year at the minute.
Yeah, you would always hope to go back to the Premier League. You know, it's the same old story, finances dictated. And when I look at Premier League and listen to the finances of Premier League, it frightens me to death. You know, we seem to be happy in this league. If we can win trophies in this league, the racing's fantastic. I think the 7 guys we've got who are going to do the racing this year will produce some fantastic racing.
And then one last question, were you late tonight because you were up early this morning watching the GP?
No, I was just taking a leaf out of Sean Tedden's book. It seems to work for him, so I thought, hey, it'll work for me.
Cheers, Dave. Well, all the best for a great 2015. You guys together for the promoter there. Now, I'm not sure, but I'm guessing, are you the tallest rider in the team?
I think I am, yeah.
Is that a hindrance to you as a speedway rider?
I'd like to be a lot shorter, but my mum stuck me a lot of cowpat when I was young, so...
Excellent. Looking forward to this season, mate, and all raring to go for the Stoke Easy Rider Potters?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the season. It's probably the most I've looked forward to the season for a long time, even through Ross and Speedway.
And I think you were one of the people that came on Biker FM the other week with us?
Yeah, that's right, I was on there.
Enjoyed that? Obviously, did you like doing the interviews and that side of it, or do you prefer just riding and that's it?
I like just to ride, but obviously the interviews and that is something that comes with the sport in general, so it's something you've got to learn and get used to over the time.
I do know that they have got quite a late bar on tonight, because Luke Priest, he can go on for absolutely hours, he can, so we've left him till last in case anybody's brought sleeping bags or anything like that with them. So, for yourself, mate, during the winter, what have you been up to?
I've been training really hard, down the gym quite a lot, probably a bit too much at some point. Building new bikes up for the season. That's it really, and working.
A lot of people who are speaking to these days sort of take a real keen interest in things like diets and stuff these days. Is that something that you particularly watch what you're eating during the season and you binge out a bit during the winter, or can you pretty much still young enough to eat what you like?
Well, I've gone on a diet because I seem to be quite tired all the time, but so trying to watch what I eat and eat a balanced diet. But apart from that, I do like the odd McDonald's here and there.
As one of the new riders for the squad for this season, tell us a bit about sort of what's been happening in your world over the last couple of years.
Well, I've been moving around a lot of clubs, so it'd be nice, like last year, I stayed at Bright House for the full season. That was nice to get a year under my belt at the same club. But yeah, apart from that, I've been moving around for the last couple of years.
We've asked quite a few of the other riders if they come from any sort of disciplines apart from speedway. Do you dabble in anything else?
A bit like Emerson really. I started motocross when I was 6 years old. And I see that right through till I was 18. I packed that in due to kept getting knee injuries, so I had to call it a day at that, and I was sat around for a year not doing nothing, and happened to have a chance to go to Scunthorpe and have a practice on the mini track there, so it all went from there really.
With you mentioning there about your knee, have you got injuries that are sort of weak areas for you, and if ever you come off you're thinking, Christ, I hope that doesn't go again?
No, I don't think so now. When I was riding at Dudley, it's probably the first time I've actually made this so people know that I was carrying an injury coming into the season, and I only just got over it halfway through last year, I think. So it's a big burden to carry with you when you're always riding and you're worrying about what you do in case you catch your knees and stuff.
For yourself, a few riders have said that there was other options available during the winter. What was it that made you decide that Stoke was where you were going to be for this year?
Well, in all honesty, I was actually going to Coventry, and then the deal fell through and they went back on their word. But,
so we were second choice?
No, you wasn't second choice, unfortunately. Dave didn't phone on the right time.
So it was just another one of these times when Dave was late, really?
Yeah, it was actually about 15 minutes late, and by the time he phoned, I had to agree with Coventry. If Dave didn't come back to me with whether he could definitely get me in the team, then I would have been left without a ride, and I didn't want to go down those lines.
Obviously it's a hard thing in front of a room full of Stoke fans and stuff, but are you glad it worked out the way it did?
Yeah, I think it's probably the best thing that's happened, so definitely.
And in relation to your sort of teammates and stuff in the team for this year, you've done a bit of bonding today with the go-karting and stuff. How do you think the team's going to gel together for 2013?
I think it's going to be really good actually. Everyone likes to laugh, and definitely today has been really good. We all went for dinner. Well, Sean and Emerson decided to go their separate ways, but that's how much of a team player them two are. But apart from that, then yeah, it's really good.
For yourself, aims and stuff for this year, have you got any aims in relation to where you'd like to be come the end of the season?
I do have an aim. One aim is to keep a dummy from above my name in the pits. The older generation might know why I'm saying that. And apart from that, I just want to go out there and give it some helmet every time I ride.
And if they don't know as the older generation what you mean, what do you mean by that?
Well, when my Uncle Gary rode for Stoke, I think his off the track antics, where he liked to spit the dummy out a lot, he earned it with the dummy being pinned up above his name in the pits.
Not somewhere you're going to want to be.
No, definitely.
And then, what else have you got in your plans for this season, mate? Is there anything else you're doing apart from riding with Stoke?
I got a friend of mine's lent me a motocross bike, so I'm just going to have a play about with that and stay injury free, obviously. So just going to get some, when we're not racing in the middle of the week, just have a play on that, and that's about it, really.
And on the home side, is it something that you're doing full-time Speedway? Do you work, wife, kids, that type of stuff?
A wife, I don't really fancy a wife. That's in the distance, I'd say.
Not that you've come on the other bus or anything.
No, I haven't come on. My girlfriend's sitting down the front though. I don't want to make her my fiance or wife in the future too soon, anyway.
We could do that now if you wanted to. I mean, it'd be all right. No, I'm only joking. And work-wise and stuff, what's the rest of the week involved for you?
I work for the local council, do a range of jobs from there, from unfortunately picking up everyone's bins to laying tarmac and emptying ditches, really.
How does that work in relation to when you've got sort of away meetings and stuff and things on those lines? Is it easy enough with time off with that kind of employer?
Yeah, well, to be honest, they wouldn't have much choice if I had an away meeting. I'll be going there whether it meant phoning in sick or whatever it was. So don't tar us all with the same brush there, John. No, so I can book for holidays. I get a certain amount of holidays a year, and I've actually booked them all. So it's all in place now.
And what would you say that you're most looking forward towards this season?
Enjoying racing, really. That's all I'm looking forward to. If I can go out there and enjoy my racing, then I know I should be doing okay.
Great stuff. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together. These are Johnny Sterling over here tonight. Cheers, mate. So that's Luke Chessell. No, we didn't. The one thing we didn't do with Luke Chessell was we were to actually show you his race suit. He got his new race suit here. I'll probably be able to hold it fully up, but
You talk, Chris. You talk.
Dave, you're not going to be able to. You're a midget as well, mate. No one bloody see us, will he?
This must be Sean Tattum's one.
It's a big one, isn't it? It is a long one. In fact, pull your zip up, Joe. Right, here we go. So yeah, and one thing we wanted to mention about it is, although this has been supplied for him for this season, if anyone wanted to come forward tonight and have a word with him in relation to having this at the end of the season, something to aim for yourself, then that's a possibility to have a word with himself and his crew who are with him this evening. And you could be hanging that on your wall in whatever state it's in come the end of November.
Very nice.
Very nice indeed. The hostess of the most just once more, Dave Tattum, look at that. I know you're always shy when it comes to these kind of things and you don't really like talking on a microphone, but we'll try and do a little bit, is that alright?
Okay.
Okay. Now you've been riding Speedway for quite a while, mate, and you've got some history with Stoke as well.
Yeah, well, I'm home, aren't I? I'm back. So, yeah, I'm really excited. You know, I can only really echo what the other lads have said up here. It's going to be a great season, I think.
And I know I've spoken to you, Freddie's testimonial, and obviously in the windy harbours of wherever you were for your Biker FM interview, but you really are looking forward to this season, and it really means a lot to you to be back with Stoke.
It really does. Like I say, I'm home. Do you know what? I've been egging it on and wanted it to come so quickly, and you know, now the snow's here, I'm thinking actually it might wait on a little bit. But yeah, no, we're all really happy with the team we've got, and yeah, can't wait, you know.
And as a skipper for your returning year as well, does that mean a lot to you?
It does, it's a big part. When I was at Stoke before, as you guys already know, I was captain, so it's not just a team to me, it's a project, it's my responsibility, I think, and it's up to me to make sure the lads do well for the team and get Stoke back to where they should be.
And that's something that is quite important to you, because you're looking to grow with the team, possibly through league changes and moving up in the leagues and stuff, and staying. You're looking to stay with Stoke as long as possible.
I love it. Like I said, you know, I'm home, and I feel, you know, I've travelled. I think I was at Stoke before, and I kind of had it. I didn't appreciate how settled I was until I did get my injury and then come back and travel. You know, I rode for many clubs, including Weymouth and, you know, Mildenhall, Workington and Newport, and, you know, I kind of had it all on a plate really before. So, you know, I finally got a second bite at it. I'm back where I want to be, and I couldn't be in a better position now than I am. So yeah, I'm really stoked.
And you've got some machinery over here tonight, which is looking rather slick. Is that all pretty much brand new for this year?
The majority of it's quite new. I bought 2 bikes a couple of years ago, and yeah, a lot of it's new. It's ready to go. It's as soon as I got the call, the end of last season, I was already, you know, I was out injured because I broke my wrist. So before Christmas, my bikes were already stripped. New parts were built. They were built up, and that's been waiting in the workshop now with the other ones since sort of November. Yeah, it looks quite nice, doesn't it?
Looks very nice indeed, mate. Talking about injuries and stuff, for anybody who hasn't followed your career up till now, you probably have a lot of injuries that you can roll off that you've been through in the past. Just name some of the worst ones, mate.
Well, you say that. Do you know what? I've probably only really been injured in Speedway twice. Last year I broke my scaphoid, and that's the second Speedway injury really that I've had. You know, I don't need to stand here and tell you guys what I did. You already know what happened to me in 2006 at Stoke. It was a big life-changing event really, you know, and I did various different things to myself. So, you know, I'm finally back now. I feel I can rebuild on what happened, and you know, it certainly doesn't play on my mind or anything. It's one of those, and I couldn't be happier to be back where I am. First time I got back on a bike after the actual accident, it was at Stoke, and yeah, it's as though it happened to somebody else, and I'm quite happy to, you know, continue.
And similar for yourself as it was for Lee Smart, it's not something that plays on your mind going out on the track, or somebody else getting injured in a meeting on your same team as you during the night. It doesn't affect you that way.
Injuries are part of it. It's never nice to see people you know get injured, or people that you're friends with. It is part of it, and if you're sitting on the bike ready to go out for a race and you're thinking, well, this happened to so-and-so, or this could happen, that could happen, then you're not in the right frame of mind. Like Lee said, you've got to get to the start, and you've got to think about racing your race and doing what you've got to do. You've got to shut yourself off, and yeah, I think we're all capable of doing that.
I'm sure with the comradeship there's going to be quite a few of you, but you're going to be one of the main people that when something does occur on the track as a skipper, you're going to be running across and sort of saying, no, don't cut those Kevlars off, they're going to go mad and stuff. What other kind of roles does the skipper bring?
Well, I mean, when I was captain before, I was #1 and I was doing really well. I was one of the top riders in the league. So it was easy, you know, I could do my racing and concentrate more on helping the team out. So it's important for me to start the season, you know, riding well. I need to get my own game sort of up before really I can sort of pass on advice. But yeah, no, it is a big job. I'll be doing everything I can on and off the track, and like I say, it's a big deal to me. It's a project, and you know, I think if we all pull together, we can win the league. We know, there's no doubt about it. There's not a single rider in our team that I would change, and I think we've got a great team, and I'll be disappointed if we're not, you know, where we should be at the very top.
Are you the kind of rider that sort of backs away from the Roman machinery and changes and leaves it to your mechanics and stuff? So if you were having a bit of a bum night, can you still advise the rest of your teammates and stuff, or do you have to stay focused on yourself if you're having a bit of a bum night yourself?
Well, I've been riding at Stoke for X amount of years. I shouldn't really be having a bum night at Stoke, so I'd like to think, you know, at any home meeting I can be in the pits helping the other lads out. You know, my dad is my mechanic, so he knows as much as I do, and he'll be able to sort of second guess the changes I'm going to be wanting to make if something's not going right. So especially at home, it shouldn't be a problem. I should be able to help everyone out, and on the road, it's probably up to sort of myself and Lee and Kyle have been around for a few years, and we've done all the tracks. Obviously, Kent's going to be a new one. It's an exciting place to go to. We go there quite early in the league, so I think it's going to be a really good challenge, and we'll pull together.
You touched on some of your colleagues there, some fresh faces really to Speedway in 2013 in the reserve berths with Sean and Emerson. How can you sort of mentor those guys this year, and more particular, how are you going to keep Sean in check?
Well, if Emerson can ride a speedo bike like he drives a go-kart, then he's sorted straight away. I've been hearing nothing but good things about the two guys. Today was the first time I met them. We've been having some good sort of banter on the internet, building up good relations, and I think they're as keen as ever. I couldn't be stood here happier with another group of lads. I think the middle order guys like Luke and Ben, they've done really, really well over the last couple of years, and I think Ben Reid is what was salvaged really from Stoke's campaign over the last couple of seasons. So it's good that you've got him, and we've all sort of come together, and it's going to be great. I can stand here all night and just say we're going to do this, we're going to do that, but we really are, I think.
And we've given him a little bit of stick, haven't we, poor old Sean? But I mean, it's not like he's dangerous or anything. It's not like you're going to be wary of being out on the track with him as your own teammate, is it? Is it? I mean, you've been go-karting with him today. When you see you're in a heat with him, are you thinking, oh, Christ?
Well, I've never seen him on a speedo bike, so I can't comment on that just yet. As far as go-karting was concerned, he was behind me, so I couldn't see anyway. I'm not going to be number 5, so whoever's going to be number 5 will have to look after him.
Your aspirations, you said that you think Stoke can go all the way this year, so you're looking, I mean, it's been a bit sparse silverware-wise and stuff. You're hoping as a skipper to bring some of that back to the Potteries this season? Absolutely.
Last sort of few seasons I've been, I've come back to the sport and I've not really got to a level I was happy with, and I've kind of taken a back seat, and Speedway has sort of just been a thing I did, but now I'm back where I want to be. I've been, as the captain of Stoke, I've been taking a much keener interest in it like I used to, and I've been watching the team building, and the teams in the league are all very equal, all very fair, and like I said before, there's not another rider I would change out of our lineup, and it's going to be a tough season, but I'll be disappointed if we don't do really well.
There's some strong rivalries that have built up with the Potters over the last couple of years, in particular our friends from Mildenhall. Are you looking forward to particularly meeting them this year?
Yeah, well, Mildenhall's a club obviously I rode for a couple of seasons ago, so it's going to be it's going to be fun everywhere I go now. Obviously I was at Buxton the last 2 years, so that's going to be good for me. I think Buxton in a way was sort of a bit upset maybe the fact that I was leaving and coming here, but they did a swap, if you like. Tony's gone now, I've come here, so that's going to be interesting when I go there. It'll be interesting when I go to Mildenhall. I think everywhere we go we're going to be looking to do well.
What other teams do you think in the National League this year we need to be particularly looking out for? Do you think there's some teams that you're thinking that's going to be a hard night tonight when they come to Stoke? They're going to really push us.
I wouldn't single anyone out really. I think every team has got good riders in it. I mean, you can look at the Isle of Wight and say they've got a really good team. You can look at Kings Lynn. You can look at all of them. I think if you single a specific team out as a danger team, when you do come up against them, you're going to be sort of a bit wary, aren't you? So I think, we just treat them all the same, and we'll all have the same attitude. We're going to go out there, and I think we've all touched upon the same fact that we all want to finish the season as number 1. It's a thing that I said, on an interview weeks and weeks ago, and I think, everyone's got the same incentive. Although we're all, we're bonded really well, we've got a good team spirit. I think we're all after number 1, so that can only be a good thing, can't it?
Certainly can. And in relation to the fans and stuff, because quite a few people have come along to welcome you guys tonight. A message for those guys?
Keep supporting us. It's brilliant. Coming to Stoke as a visiting rider over the last few seasons, I've got quite a lot of Luke Priest fans at Stoke actually, and people will come up to me, I wish you could ride for Stoke, or it'd be great to see you back here, and finally I'm back now, so I want to repay those fans and do a good job myself and bring the team along, and hopefully we can bring some silverware back. Stoke Potters, it's a Premier League team, isn't it, and however long they're going to be in the National League for, we need to make the most of it really, and be in the National League for the right reasons, like we are, to save the club really. It'd be nice to win the league, wouldn't it? If we could be league champions for 2 years in a row, be more fans coming, more sponsors, more money, and then, you know, could be in the Premier League then, couldn't we? So, you know, everyone's got to pull together, not just the team, but the fans and sponsors, and yeah, it's all potential, isn't it? It can all happen.
I think with everybody fighting for that number one position, it certainly looks set to be an exciting year. Anybody else you want to thank, or any sponsors you just want to mention before we hand over to Crabby and Dave?
Well, obviously, you know, my parents, they're you know, driving force behind me really. My dad does my engines, and as nice as my bike actually looks, I don't really have any sponsors. I've got A&D haulage on the side here. They're the people I work for, so they're always good, letting me have time off and stuff. And the Darwin on here, he's a guy who promised to sponsor me, who hasn't, so I've kind of gone ahead and got all my stuff made up, and I haven't really got a sponsor off him. So yeah, no, I work really hard, and I put all my money into my racing, and hopefully it will eventually pay off.
For yourself and all the other riders in the team, sponsorship, it doesn't have to be like a hugely expensive thing, and it can be. Lots of little sponsors can make a big difference to yours and the rest of the team's season.
Of course it can. When I rode for Stoke before, I had a sponsor who used to buy me a gallon of fuel before the meeting, you know. Even just little things like that, it was brilliant, and everything helps. You know, finances are a big part of Speedway, as everybody knows, and anything really can help. So, you know, I'm not going to sort of stand up here and beg for sponsorship. I've always been of the opinion the best kind of sponsors are the ones that come to you. So if you go out on the track with no sponsors and you start scoring massive points, then I believe the sponsor will come to you, and you've earned them, in my opinion. But that's just how it is, eh?
Great stuff. That was short and sweet, really, wasn't it?
It was. I don't really know why you've got this whole thing about me.
I don't know, mate. Ladies and gents, put your hands together for the skipper for 2013.